Hi, welcome back to the Angular and Spring Boot CRUD tutorial. In this video, we are going to create a service method to get the single expense object. So let's begin. First, let me minimize this. Let's go to the Visual Studio Code and go to the expense.service.ts file, and let's quickly create a method. I'm going to call this get expense. And to this we are going to pass the expense ID, and I'm going to call this ID, which is of type number. This is going to return an observable of expense. Return this dot. We're going to make use of the HTTP client to make a HTTP GET request. Expense, and we're going to make use of the URL which we have defined above. So dollar, we're going to make use of the template reference variable, not the template reference variable. I'm sorry about that. It's actually a template string. So dollar, it's get URL and slash dollar and ID. Okay, and we are going to make use of the pipe operator, and inside this we are going to make use of the map operator, which is from the RxJS. And let's say response, we are going to return the response. We're going to map the response. So let's save this, and okay, so let's save this. Now we have a service method for getting a single expense. All we need to do is we need to call this method inside our component. So let's go to the add expense.component.html, and inside this method what we need to do is when the user click on the edit button, let's say we need to add the edit button inside the list expenses. So let's go to the list expenses.component.html. Let's quickly create the, okay, before that we need to create a route. So let's go to the app.module.ts file, and let's quickly take a copy of this and paste it, and let's say this is edit expense and slash colon ID. So here the colon ID, which is dynamically, and it will dynamically append the ID, and we're going to call this route parameter. This is how we are going to pass the route parameter to the route, and we're going to map it to the add expense component. So let's save this, and let's go to the list expenses.component.html. Let's quickly create an anchor element. Let's change this to router link, and we're going to navigate to the slash edit expense slash, let's make use of the Angular interpolation to access the expense ID, expense.id. Let's say this is edit. Okay, so now when the user click on this edit button, it is navigated back to the edit expense slash expense ID that will be mapped to the add expense component. So it will go to the add expense.component.ts file. So before that, let's save this, and let's go to the add expense.component.ts file. Inside this we are going to get the route parameter. So for that, to get the route parameter, we are going to inject the activated route. So within the constructor, let's inject the activated route private, and I'm going to call this activated route, and which is activated route. Okay, so now we have this activated route. So inside the ng onInit method, what we need to do is we need to make use of this activated route, this dot activated route, and we're going to make use of the snapshot approach to get the route parameter. There are many ways to get the parameter, the route parameters, and snapshot is just one of the approach. Snapshot.parammap. So this is contains the key value pairs. So first we need to check whether this activated route contains any parameter. So we're going to make use of the has method to check the route parameter. So if it is present, then this is going to return true, and I'm going to store that in a variable const is id present. And now we are going to check the condition, like if is id is present, then inside this we are going to make a HTTP GET request. So let's make use of this dot. We're going to make use of the expense service, and we are going to call the get single expense object, and to this we are going to pass the ID. So for that, again inside this we are going to get the route parameter. So let's take a copy of this and paste it, and what we need to do is instead of has, we are directly call the get method, and we are going to get the ID from the activated route, and I'm going to store that in a variable called const ID. Okay, so now we have the ID, and this ID we will be passing it to the get expense method, and we are going to, okay, this is actually this dot ID. Think something went wrong. Okay, this is ID itself. Okay, we need to convert this into a number, because whenever we are getting like value from the route parameter, this is going to return a string. We need to convert it into a number. So for that we are going to make use of this plus operator in TypeScript. This plus indicates that it is going to convert this string into a number. So now you can see we will be passing this ID to this get expense method. All we need to do is subscribe to that method, and this will gives us a response, and that we are going to assign it to the variable or the object which we have created above. So what we need to do is equal to this dot expense is equal to data. So now when the user click on the edit button inside the list component, it is going to make a HTTP GET request to the Spring Boot backend application, and it is going to get the single expense object, and it is going to assign it to this expense object. And when we navigate it back to the expense form, all the values will be auto-filled inside the form. So that is why we are making it this request. So now you can save this. Now let's go to the browser, and when the user click on this edit button, you can see it is navigating to the add expense form, but this time all the values are auto-filled inside the form. Monitor, which is 7000, and HP monitor. Now we don't have to do any extra work for the update, because the inside, like whatever the REST API we have written for saving an object, that will also work for the updating an expense object. So the save method, what internally do is it will check for the ID. If the ID is present, then it is going to update the object. If the ID is not present, then it is going to create a new object. So in our case, now we are doing an edit, and since the expense object already contains an ID, so this will treat it as an update. The Spring Boot application, this will treat it as an update. So now let's say I'm going to add 3 dots, and when I click on this add expense, the record has been updated. You can go to the monitor again, click on this edit. You can see now we have this dot. Okay, so let's change the price. So let's change this to 8000, and when I click on this add expense, you can see it has been changed to 8000. So we don't have to do anything else for the updating an expense. The post method, whatever we have written, the save method for adding an expense inside our Spring Boot application, that will work for the update as well. So now we have completed the read operation and the save operation and the update operation. The one last part which is left is the delete operation, which we will be doing in our next video. I will see you in the next video.